Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Binding of Isaac, Repentance. For today, we are going to go take Tainted Apollyon through Greedier mode, hopefully. I'm not really good at this character. He starts off with a little fly and a cool looking head, and honestly pretty horrendous tear rate, but he does have a fly, and that fly flies towards whatever you shoot at and deals a decent amount of tear damage, which is pretty great. We also have the Abyss, which we can use similarly to the Void to consume items, but instead of turning into a stat up, it will just turn into another fly, so that certainly has some uses. The Curse Rune doesn't immediately seem too tempting. I'm kinda tempted to eat a lump of coal, just for the sake of having one extra fly available. Not sure if it's the right call, but that's the way it's gonna be. And hopefully these flies aren't gonna be too terrible. I don't love that we got a burning basement from the get-go, but hopefully we can make it work at least kind of. It's also a bit tricky that if you miss with one of these flies, it will fly to the other side of the room. So in a room like this, you do want to shoot horizontally as much as possible, because otherwise your flies will just be flying for a while, which is obviously not great so far. It's okay. Not loving spiders here, but at least some of them are just running into flames apparently, so fair enough. It also recharges fairly quickly, so you can at least consume a couple items with it this way, which is pretty great. I will just press the button here because I'm just a little concerned, and I'd like to just get a key and maybe consume whatever is in the other item room as well for yet another fly. Certain items give like special flies as well, but it's usually just ones that you'd rather keep, arguably, so I don't fully remember which ones give you actual special things, but truth be told, I'm probably not going to see a special fly unless something like Explosivo pops up or something like that. Akoldama could be pretty good. We haven't seen the item yet. We unlocked it fairly recently. Maybe the last run. Definitely fairly recently in any case. I think it was like a Tainted Judas item maybe, or just a regular Judas item. And it creates indeed this chain of tears behind you, so you can just run around and end up dealing damage with it. I'm just gonna take it. Let's just actually use the item. I'm not sure when it actually gets used. Okay, yeah, we have a like a whole line of tears just stuck to the back of us, and occasionally when enemies are chasing you around, it is very capable of just destroying them. So it's a little bit of a layer of safety, I suppose. A little concerned about the damage there, but not the end of the world. The champion's dead, so that's nice. We have a couple of chains now as well somehow, so that's also pretty good. And we have gotten a couple kills with that as well. So I'd argue that so far it has certainly worked out to take that item indeed. I'm not loving my health situation right now. There is probably going to be a red heart available in the shop to buy, so I might just buy that before we end up doing the boss wave here. But we should be nearly done with this wave. I think the flies go over rocks as well, which is actually rather nice. Effectively counting as spectral tears, but with the only downside being that obviously they go to the other side of the room, and therefore you cannot use rocks to make them come back to you quicker, which is a little unfortunate, arguably. Somewhat tempted by the safety pin as well because of that black heart you get for it and the range up, but we'll see what we can get here. The first boss being a poop is not too bad, especially if it just runs into all of my tears that are behind me like that. Really trying to make the most of these flies though. Locusts, I think they're technically called, but I'm probably just going to call them flies forever because they just look very similar to flies, don't they? Not loving how filled this room suddenly became with enemies, but hopefully we can at least destroy that one. That's nice. Now we just have to worry about the actual poop boss, which decided to show up why we need to be slightly worried about it, but other than that, it's mostly that champion which concerns me a bit. But fortunately, the actual poop boss is dead, so we no longer have to concern ourselves with that. The champion is still a little bit of a concern, but other than that, we should be okay here. The flies are working out rather well, which I'm liking. And we could just afford the safety pin, but then we won't be able to afford whatever comes next. And I'm not liking that a whole lot. But I think that is just the way it's gonna be. I'm a little tempted. Okay, we did just get one more coin from a random poop, so never mind. We did just get some good stuff there. Might be able to make this work at least a little bit. I'm hoping the item that comes afterwards is at least a little bit good. Otherwise, we can just buy a key for the next floor. But yeah, Aquadama has actually been really nice. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but it certainly has been working out fairly well so far. Not at all disappointed with how many enemies it has actually ended up just keeping away from me and making sure I'm not in danger. The curse room's tempting because there was also a shopkeeper with coins in his eyes, and that might just drop like a nickel or something like that, and that's obviously just really nice. It does kind of compensate for my low tier rate that these tiers are behind me because I could just lure enemies into it. My health is really low, so I'm just going to leave that alone. I'm hoping I can get away with going into that curse room. I don't really want to use my black heart that I'm going to get there. Okay. That was in the end just a free key, so all in all I don't hate my choice at all. And that is a halo, so yeah, we're just going to have to get that. If only for the tier rate, really, because any tier rate up is pretty significant at this stage just because my tier rate is so terrible. I could tech... Can I open that golden chest that's in this room? Or is it out of reach? It's out of reach. I need a bomb for that. Never mind. It's a little bit tempting if I could, because... well, I can buy a key later, and golden chest can just contain all sorts of stuff, and it's a little bit of an exciting moment as well, so it could have been fun, but unfortunately not. Either way... This is Consolation Prize, which is probably just going to give me more tier 8. And this is Sulfuric Acid. Ooh, which could give me a lot of secret rooms, actually. Yeah, I kind of feel like I have to take that because any one of these tiers that occasionally, I promise you, do show up can open up secret rooms. I think I'll just take this as well, really, just because the tier 8 up definitely seems worth it. And yeah, secret room with a bed inside it, so that's actually a really good heal if we end up going all the way back to our red hearts there. So that's pretty useful. We can destroy these mushrooms with those tiers as well. Likely they'll get destroyed by enemies spawning as well, but I'd rather just play it safe and have the extra movement room there. There's a soul heart available. There is the sharp key, which is 5 keys for a very low price, so that is pretty much going to be a guaranteed yes. And that's the golden bomb. Wow. That's actually really nice because it means we can just use bombs for the next wave. We can destroy everything here. We get 5 more coins for that. Like, that's obviously just really good. And then maybe get like 2 more soul hearts? No. Maybe a bit much to ask, but still, there was technically a chance. But yeah, I can just like leave bombs all over the place and they'll probably take care of a lot of things. My tier rate is getting to be kind of reasonable at least, so that's nice. Enemies once again just dashing into that line of tiers and just destroying themselves, which is wonderful. Very nice. So far so good. If we can just keep this up, that would be lovely. We can kill this champion with a bomb. Not have to worry about the stonies anymore either, which is nice. Let's just blow that one up as well. Yeah, for champions, the bombs are just so good, and having just an infinite amount of them is... You can just do this with any character, really. It's very nice. It's a very good way to clear waves if you have an infinite amount of bombs, at least these early ones. But even the later ones, I'd argue, are probably not that difficult to clear with bombs either. I don't love this wave right here, but yeah, we'll find some way to make it work, I'm sure. Really don't want to get hit by that champion, but at least we got one of them with a bomb there. There's a couple more high jumping ones, including another champion as well. But it's the last wave already, so we don't really have too much to worry about. Hoping that we can just get this last one over here. There we go. The power of bombs. It really has nothing to do with this character at this stage, but still, it ended up working out. That was a lot of troll bombs there as well. I think my bombs work better than his bombs against himself, so that's also quite nice. But yeah, we're just going to keep doing this, I think. This seems to be working out fairly well. Unfortunate hit there at the very end, got rid of the black heart. Does make it significantly more tempting to go into the curse room there, especially with the bed waiting for us. And I will after this, I suppose. I might as well. Might go for the angel kill, actually, just to make some more locusts, or flies if you will, because I think that shouldn't be too difficult with all these bombs either. I think that's going to be worthwhile. We got a health up, which is obviously pretty great. This is also not terrible, but it's not really that interesting. I could... Could I turn everything into flies? I'm actually a little curious. The damage up is not that impressive, so I wouldn't mind just using the abyss, as it's called, on everything in this room. It's probably only going to turn the key and one other item, but still, it's not too terrible. Certainly not too terrible. Don't really care about taking red heart damage at this stage. And there we are. Very nice. Okay, so we have 2 flies now. And I think that's 4 at this stage. So yeah, fair enough. Should have gone into the curse room first. Didn't think of that. Still going in though. Hoping for the best. 'Cause that's what you gotta do sometimes. It was not worth, but fair enough. We have 27 coins. Forgot to pick up that one earlier. This is pretty much a gimme. This is probably better though. In terms of active items for sure. Thinking. Having some thoughts. What should I do here? I could buy the sprinkler and then re-roll it. I could also just re-roll it, I guess, because I'm not going to buy anything else. So press right trigger a bunch to get to the D6. Re-roll everything. There is the red stew. This will make my cards better. Battery would have been nice for sure, but fair enough. I will just take that red stew in a second. Gonna heal up that last red heart with the bed in the end. Just gonna clear out this remaining floor here. But red stew is pretty much gonna trivialize the next floor, which is pretty nice. We can use the D1 a bunch of times to get a bit more money as well if needed. Could also just destroy these mushrooms while I'm at it, I suppose. Mushroom trinket, not too interested in. This seems like a waste to heal half a heart with a bed, but you know, it works. It's effective. It's exactly what we needed in these times. Alright. And let's go. Where is the D1? There it is. The recharge of this could be pretty good. If we can find like a nickel or a dime on any of these floors, and that's obviously going to be pretty great. We have a large amount of keys. That is Blood Clot, which I don't care about too much. That's Sad Onion, which I care about a little bit. Yeah, let's just go. Let's just use that red stew to its maximum potential, which is insta-killing most things. At least early on. It is obviously going to go down the further we go along, but to clear a single floor like this is not impossible, and honestly maybe the one after that as well. So honestly this is looking pretty alright. Little tempted to use the D6 instead of the D1, but I don't know. For now, let's just clear this floor out and maybe just run to the next floor as quickly as possible afterwards so we can really make the most of this red stew. I'll check out the shop, obviously, as quick as I can, but look at that. It's so powerful. Red stew is the winner here, and I do not mind it. That's 2 of them gone already. There were 4 of them that spawned, and they couldn't even do anything before 2 of them were already dead. So obviously, pretty neat. Another angel room. Don't really care about either of these items, but I will happily re-roll them with the D6 though. And get like a Sacred Heart, that would obviously be wonderful. There we go. Not exactly what I'd call a Sacred Heart, but Book of Virtues could be interesting. This is technically possible, but a little fiddly for sure. And I'm going to open these 2 chests because I believe in myself. 2 more. Okay, that's maybe more than I should have done, but that's a lot of money right there. Do not mind that. I also got some bombs, which is pretty nice. Could have blown up those flames, actually, but yeah, fair enough. Abyss on that. Get all of this. Look at how much money we acquired from that. So good. None of these items are on sale. There is 2 shopkeepers with coins in their eyes, which one of them paid out. Could probably... I'm just gonna leave. Just gonna go to the next floor. Hopefully make a little bit more use of this red stew right here. And then just spend all the money we're gonna get on this floor instead. Curse of Darkness, Little and No. Oh, jeez. That's a lot of bombs. I was not ready for that. But it worked out mostly. Red Stew still dealing so much damage to everything. It means that we do not have to worry about pressing the button or anything, because quite frankly, everything is more or less still dying in one hit. Abyss is fully charged, so we can turn something into an item once again, which is wonderful. Keep getting this way for some reason, which is a little annoying, but yeah, manageable for sure. There's a lot of skulls here right now, which I'm not loving, but I think they're all dead. God, Red Stew is such a blessing. It's really so good to have that unlocked, because it, especially in Greed mode, it just destroys everything. And then if you can combine it with Rock Bottom somehow, then obviously that's just a world of hurt for the remainder of the run. Like, it's so powerful, such a powerful combination. Alright, that's fine. Little bit annoying of a boss, but nothing too difficult to deal with in our current situation. There we go. We got 2 keys remaining. I still got to check out the item rooms in general. I should actually do that, I suppose. God, you gotta press so many buttons. Hey, bloat. Is that 2 bloats? Probably is 2 bloats, right? If it is 2 bloats, then they perfectly didn't quite hit each other there, which is unfortunate, but fair enough. There we go. Another angel room. There's Genesis, which I don't really care. I don't really care too much. So instead, let's just... Where is that? D6. Reroll all of that. That's pretty good. That's guaranteed angel rooms. And I actually don't hate that. Because we can just keep doing that to get more and more things. That's Binky. And that's Stitches, which is good, but it doesn't really mesh well with what we currently have, so I'm just gonna turn that into a fly. Tier 8, another key. What floor are we on? We are on the womb. We need 1 more key for the next floor, and that's about it, so I'm not gonna bother. None of that's super interesting. Not really too interested in that either. Lucky Foot's kind of okay, I guess, but that's about it. Key on sale. 4.5 volt battery doesn't really matter with this particular item, I suppose. And that is that. Okay, well, I'll take the syringe. And I'll take that too, because I think this could be pretty silly. Actually, I'll just re-roll one more time. What did I just do? Oh, this is the Eternal D6, isn't it? Oh, whoops. Well, I mean, it worked out. Yeah, whoops. Fair enough. Let's just keep running. Our gems are going to make us deal pretty decent damage here. Is that the Eternal D6? Is that what I'm currently using? I'm genuinely not sure now. Let's see. That's a D1. This is just a regular D6, right? Is it? I don't know anymore now. Don't really care. Hang on. The thing is already worn out, the red stew, so that's fine. This is D1, this is D4, this is D6, this is a smaller D6, and as such, probably the Eternal D6. Okay. That makes sense, unless this is the Eternal D6. It's not, because it has a different item charge. Okay, we figured it out. Everything's okay. No more worries. Let's re-roll some of this stuff. Clicker. Not terrible. I should also have looked for my secret rooms a little bit more, because I guess I haven't really been doing that, and I can. But I was kind of in a rush. And then I kind of stopped forgetting to be in a rush after a while, and it was a whole thing. But I can sit over here for a little bit and destroy some of my flames with a single spider. Don't think it's over there. Could get Squeezy, I guess, for 2 more soul hearts and tier 8 as well. The other thing's not super exciting here, honestly, but I'll blow up this guy. Or half a soul heart, don't mind that. 2 more bombs as well. We actually end up getting more bombs than we lost, surprisingly enough. The secret room can be in the cursed room as well. It can be in the item rooms. I think it can only be on the sides of the shop because it's a super secret room. But I'm fairly sure it's none of the places that we've tried so far. Let's just go do some waves here. Infestation 2 is going to clear out a lot of this, honestly, combined with the gem shot that we have. As long as we don't take damage, then that's going to be pretty damn great. Oh, but of course it is not that easy to never take damage, but not impossible either. Especially with the build we have right now. My tier rate's actually so high. Like at this stage, I'm just playing this as a regular Isaac character instead of someone that has to rely on those locusts. It's actually really nice, but fairly unusual for sure. But this build should be more than capable of taking care of whatever Ultra Greed has to do here. I'm hoping at least. Should have really used that D1 a lot more, I think. Thinking about it now, I think that would have been a good idea. But oh well. Hoping that it doesn't matter too much. Might as well just run into the bosses here, have some fun. There's actually so much health on this floor. Also, I can just re-enter the room to get my gems back, which is nice. Carrion Queens, plural. Could actually just use this. With that tarot cloth that is 2 feet stomping from the ceiling there and clearing that out fairly easily. Star of Bethlehem. Ooh, that's a hard one to say no to. Not sure how it works in Greed mode, honestly. I've never really tried it. But I'll try it today. Look at how quick this angel's dying as well, jeez. Whoop. That's another fly from me. I'll reroll this with the Eternal D6 because I believe in myself. It's the same, more or less. It's a bit more shot speed, I suppose, which is not too terrible, but that's really about it. I'll check the curse room as well, why not? We're gonna get that heart back in a second anyway. Yeah, alright. Let's just take this and be on our way. Onwards to the next floor. I guess I should have checked for a secret room, but fortunately it was over here, so it didn't matter. Bercano. I guess we haven't technically seen this one in this run yet, but you spawned some things. How nice. I'll save the Bethany thing for the last floor, maybe? Unless I can find something better, but it's unlikely, I suppose. Alright. Ooh, that Star of Bethlehem might actually be pretty damn powerful. Look at that tier rate. If we could get ourselves a rock bottom, which admittedly it's probably not going to happen, but if we can get ourselves a rock bottom, that would just destroy them. It would be rather lovely for sure. Could actually just go to the next floor already if we really wanted to. Just skip this floor entirely because of that hole over there. I'll wager a little bit here, see if this works out. I believe. Don't hate it. Don't hate that at all. That's really strong. I do not mind that. Not really. Bombs on sale could be kind of fun. Alright. Alright, alright, alright. 2 trinkets. Don't really need to hold 2 trinkets, but I don't hate it. I'll buy that for the sake of maybe re-rolling it later. Or turning it into like flies or something. I'm just gonna buy everything. You know what? I'll take this too. Why not? And then that could be okay. Yeah, I could use Abyss on this, which is not terrible. Let's just do this for a minute. Let's see where this goes. Quickly select the D1. Oh. There we go. Slightly more money. Immediately took damage, which is a little unfortunate. Could press the button to just redo a bit here, but simultaneously, if I can kind of stay near the Star of Bethlehem, then honestly, this will probably do just fine. Look at that damage. It's such a powerful item. Especially, I guess, in a mode like this. Like, it's a little bit of an awkward location, but not, like, the worst thing. I'm surprised those hands didn't hit me, if I'm being honest, because I was in the middle of it. But, yeah. Yeah, alright. Don't even need gems like this when everything just insta-dies, I suppose. There we go. Did want to clear out that, because that is a worrying enemy. That is 2 bloats. But I have the power of forgetting to leave this room before starting this wave at my side, so Honestly, who's the stronger warrior here, eh? Oh, jeez. That looked a lot scarier than it actually was. Please just get out. There you go. Forgot to use the D1 pretty much the entire time there, but you know, it's fine. It's all good. Okay, that's a lot of extra health. Yeah, I mean, I could abyss this. Yeah, why not? I don't have a bomb. You know what? I'm just gonna take this and leave. A little bit more tier 8. I'll take the blanket just because it's alright. I'll take this because it's re-rollable. I'll take this because I'm not sure what it even does. And yep, that's how that works. I forgot how charges work, so now I can't re-roll anything. Alright, well, the important thing is that we learn from our mistakes. And that's what matters. There's no more soul hearts on this floor, I don't think. Otherwise, I probably should have used this at least once. Yeah. Oh. No worries. It's all good. Let's just go like this. Soul of Bethany. Whole bunch of flames. Don't worry about it. We're just gonna go ahead. Where's the secret room? I guess it has to be next to the curse room then, huh? That's a shame. Let's just go. This build should be fine. It's definitely strong enough to win, I would argue. It really should be. Does it not? Okay, it does. It just took a minute. For some reason, it decided not to move immediately, which is a little odd, but fair enough. I definitely want to have this available for the fight because it's really, really good. I hope it doesn't get like super awkwardly close to him, but oh god, look at that damage. It's not that much. He's a very tanky one, but I mean, if he wasn't, that'd be amazing. This is what 30 damage looks like with a tier rate of 13. That's what it looks like. It looks like we're just using any other build because, quite frankly, this boss is ridiculous. Well, it is what it is. At least we're trying our best. And then every now and then the game like remembers, oh yeah, you can stop the shielding now at least a little bit when you just don't shoot him as quickly, and then that's not too bad. Because quite frankly, look at how many tiers we're shooting in his direction, and look how little damage this guy is taking. It's silly, is what it is, and quite frankly, I'm furious, but I think we're gonna be okay, even though I am extremely furious right now, as you can tell. I don't know, it's something about how this is going that I'm feeling fairly confident. Not even leave, I'm barely moving. He's just not that interested in standing near me this time around, which is actually very helpful. Infestation 2 is probably helping out a little bit as well. Look at that. We haven't taken damage yet. We've lost the Holy Mantle. That's what we've lost so far. That might hurt. Yeah. Didn't even try to dodge that. He saw that die. He just saw that nickel and just went for it. Which is fairly rude in my humble opinion, but you know what? Fair enough. Placebo! Not sure what kind of tier that gave me. Ooh, I'm taking a lot of hits here, but surprisingly low amount of damage. So I don't have the wafer. Yeah. It's just dealing half a hearts of damage for some reason, that's all. Is that normal? Did I do something weird? I recall this boss dealing more damage than half a heart, but maybe I'm just wrong. Which is not entirely impossible, I suppose. But it is just a little bit odd how this run has been going so far. I'm not particularly careful anymore either, as you may have noticed. Just getting a little bit of the Star Bethlehem damage in there whenever I can, but it is a little fiddly for sure. Standing over there is definitely not safe either, but quite frankly, I'm just tanking it at this point. I'm really not sure what's happening with the damage there. I feel like I should be taking more. But fair enough. The tower question mark has appeared in the basement. And quite frankly, it's an alright unlock. It's actually pretty neat. And this gave you a perfectly representative look of what it's like to play this character. So all in all, it went exactly as I had anticipated from the get-go. Yes. Very good. And with that, I'm just going to call that a run. Took 30 minutes. I think that's long enough. So I hope you all enjoyed it. Next time we play, we'll do another run with a different character. And I hope to see you all there. Bye-bye.